What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? This is Robert Teagarden back again with another video, trying to see today, is this $20 tabletop dolly worth it? Before I get into this video though, I would love to ask, if you haven't already, maybe you should consider connecting with me on the socials. I am RMT Shoots on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm super active. I love interacting with all of you guys there. So, drop me a line, say, what's up, man? How you doing? Dollies, sliders have become all the rage in the last couple years, and with good reason. They can give us incredibly dynamic shots, so they've upped the cinematography game as technologies have brought the barriers of entry down to make the price points more affordable. But on the flip side of that same thing, the expectation from the viewer has actually gone up as well, because as viewers, we're just used to seeing these more dynamic, engaging shots, so that's what we've come to expect. So I realize that filmmaking is an incredibly expensive hobby. Just anteing up and shooting on a phone, you're paying a minimum of $500. So the question is, can we get some of these dynamic shots without having to give our left testicle? And the answer is an unequivocal 100% absolute maybe. Well, let's talk about it. Now, some of you might have already seen the video that I did on the $350 GVM motorized slider. This thing is fantastic. I use it all the time. Posted a video the other day where I did this cooking sequence. Almost all of that was shot on this GVM slider. If you're in that price point, like $500, I highly suggest that you check this thing out. I've used it a lot more since that video and since my initial review, and I gotta say, it's magnifique. But if you're in a slightly different market, you can pick up this $20 slider off Amazon. Like I said, I'll drop a link in the description so you guys can check this thing out. Is it great? No. Is it good? Can you use it? Absolutely. Now, the base of this thing is an aluminum construction, so it's pretty sturdy. It's got different mounts for quarter 20 screws on it, and the cool thing that I found is that these little dials right here can turn so that you can move the wheels in different angles, so not only can you get slow push in and pull out shots, but you can also twist the wheels themselves and get kind of panning around, not necessarily follow focus, but something that's pretty similar. These are a couple different examples that I've done with different pieces, just testing out this gear, and you can tell it's cool. It's not amazing, but it's definitely cool. The problem that I have with this dolly, though, is that the wheels are not great. This polyurethane pour that they did left these seams on the wheels themselves, and then in certain points where they actually poured it into the mold, you can see these like kind of bumps that they did where they had to pull out the mold. And that shit is just not cool, man. It leaves it bumpy in certain spots, and you can tell if I let this footage go long enough, you can see it kind of wobble. Now, that's not cool when you're talking about smooth shots. The whole point of a dolly is to get smooth shots. Is this a deal breaker? Not really for me, and here's why. You can easily take these shots and throw them into post and put a little bit of stabilization on these things, and they'll work just fine. Again, we're talking about a $20 table dolly. If this is something that you're looking for a nice picture that you're putting together, an independent film, go and spend some extra cash. But if you're on a shoestring budget and you still want to have some dynamic shots, then this is an option, and you have to do just a little more work in post to make up for the fact that your budget is a little tight. Totally get it, and that's the option that I've used with this thing before I got my little slider, the GVM thing that I'm talking to you guys about. The other thing that you can do is attach a tension arm to this as well, so you can have a little more variation on the types of shots that you can get. You can have more of an overhead perspective as well. I got this tension arm off of Amazon for $20. I think that's even with next day shipping, so it comes with a super clamp. It seemed like a pretty good deal to me. I like it. So that's it. It's a quick review. Is this $20 slider off of Amazon worth it? I think it is. If you're an indie filmmaker on a shoestring budget, it definitely is going to help you out. I can also see this being used for small YouTubers that are looking to do product reviews, like myself, that need to add a little more dynamic range to the shots that they're going to get. For the price and for the little extra work that you'd have to do in post, I don't think this thing is a bad bet. Is it as good as a motorized slider that has follow focus and pan capabilities and auto loop and all that different stuff? No, it's not, but save your pretty pennies and you'll get there one day, because that's just what I did, so I'm speaking from experience. But I'm gonna wrap this thing up. So if you haven't already, please drop a thumbs up there on the video, and if you would be so kind as to subscribe so you can get into the Teegarden community and hear everything that we're talking about. It's a big educational experience and it's very entertaining, and I'm so happy that everyone here has been liking this video so far. So again, hit me up on the socials, RMT Shoots. I'm gonna be out of this thing. Again, Robert Teegarden, $20 Ollie. I think it's worth it. I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? TTFN, bye-bye now.